few years ago, a marketing manager called me. Early in that conversation, she told me something I've now heard hundreds of times. She said, leadership is holding me accountable to one number, traffic to the website, and now I'm struggling to hit it. Not relevant traffic, not leads, not revenue, just traffic. Organic traffic. And right there, in that one sentence, was the real problem. And it had nothing to do with SEO. Hi, I'm Victor Huynh. I spent 20 years building websites for B2B companies, manufacturers, industrial companies, the kind with long sales cycles and high ticket deals. If you're a marketer being measured on traffic, or you're the leader doing the measuring, I want to save you a lot of wasted effort. Let me explain in plain English. Here's the situation she was in, and maybe you're in it too. Somewhere up the chain, leadership decided the way to measure marketing was traffic. Get more people to the website. It sounds reasonable. More visitors, more business, right? So that then becomes the goal. That's the KPI. And the marketer's whole job becomes chasing that number. But here's what leadership often doesn't understand about B2B. In B2B, volume is not the goal. Relevance is. You're high ticket and low volume. You don't need 10,000 people on your website. You need the right 20. A handful of companies that actually have the problem you solve and the budget to pay for it. I'd take 500 right customers over 5,000 of the wrong ones every single time, because 5,000 of the wrong people don't pay your bills. They just make a chart look good. So when the only KPI is traffic, you've already lost the plot. You're measuring the wrong thing. Now, depending on experience, the marketer may already sense that this is the wrong number, or she may not. She's just doing what she's told. Either way, she's stuck because traffic is what she's being judged on. Let me tell you what actually plays out when traffic is the goal. I've seen this for 20 years. When you chase traffic, you start winning the easy keywords, the broad generic ones. Think searches like industrial cooling or warehouse materials, huge vague terms. And here's why you win those. Most B2B websites are generic. They say things like innovative solutions, industry leader, quality you can trust. So a generic website ranks for generic searches. The site matches the keyword. Generic site, generic traffic. They fit each other. But think about who's actually typing industrial cooling. Those are people early in their research, students, competitors poking around. And the most annoying ones, the spammers, the agencies and vendors trying to sell you their services. They find you through broad generic terms every single time. Broad keywords, broad traffic. And in B2B, broad traffic is mostly the wrong people. So the number goes up a little bit and the leads stay bad. Then the sales team starts saying, oh, the leads for marketing are garbage. And they're not wrong, but it's not a sales problem. And it's not really even a traffic problem. It's that the whole thing was pointed at the volume instead of relevance. Now, I want to be fair about something. And this matters. Keywords do move the needle. I'm not telling you ranking is pointless. A well-positioned keyword, one your actual buyer searches, that's valuable. But here's the ceiling. A well-positioned keyword pointed at a generic website still underperforms. The buyer clicks through and lands on a page that could belong to anyone, and then they leave. The real unlock, the thing almost nobody has, is a well-positioned keyword and a website that actually convinces that buyer to reach out. That combination is rare because companies fix the SEO and never fix the website. Here's what makes traffic an even worse KPI in 2026. Even the traffic number itself is getting unreliable. You've probably heard of the term zero click. More and more people search. They get their answers right there in the AI summary. And they never click through to any website. So the traffic number leadership is obsessed with is actually shrinking for reasons that have nothing to do with how good your marketing is. You could be doing everything right, watch that number drop because buyer behavior changed underneath you. So picture the marketer's position. She's told to grow a number. That number attracts the wrong people. The right people are increasingly not clicking at all. And now she's held accountable for all of it. That's an impossible job. Not because she's bad at it, but because the goal was wrong from the start. So what do you do about it? Two things. One, for the metric. One, for the website. First, change that conversation with leadership. Stop reporting traffic as the headline number. Start reporting relevance. How many of the right companies reached out? How many real conversations started? Even a simple version of the leads that came in. How many did sales say were worth the call? That one number tells a truer story than 100,000 sessions. Second, fix what the traffic is landing on. Pull up your homepage right now. Try it. Read the first 3 sentences out loud and ask yourself one question. If I covered up my logo, could this exact page belong to any of my competitors? If the answer is yes, That's why you're winning generic keywords and getting generic leads. Your website is generic, so it attracts generic. The fix is to get specific. Name the industries you serve, name the problems you solve, show proof you've done it before. The moment your website gets specific, two things happen. You start ranking for keywords that actually matter, and the right buyer finally sees themselves on your page. This isn't about redesigning everything today. It's about understanding that more traffic was never the goal. The right traffic landing on a website that can convert. That's the goal. In the next video, I'll break down 3 questions every B2B buyer asks in the first few seconds on your site and what it looks like when your website actually answers them. If you're a marketer stuck reporting traffic to leadership that doesn't see why it's the wrong number, drop a comment. Tell me what industry you're in. I'll tell you what I'd measure instead. I read every single one of them. Thanks for watching B2B Marketing in Plain English.